All right, it is district breakdown time, and my guy Mac Diggs is with us again. We're in his domain, we're in small schools, and we're talking lower classifications. We're talking 2A and up. Speaking of 2A, you teased it last week. You have some fun little hypotheticals for us, man. Let me know what you got for me for 2A.
Well, what I'm excited about here in 2A, I know we lost Toller. Toller, that's our big 2A team in Division One that we lost. But the way realignment worked this year in Division Two and in Division One, we now have what I define. Now, you and I might have to have a debate about this, but what I define as DFW schools in Region Three this year in Division One and in Division Two. So, Ward, I think we could hypothetically see down the line a DFW versus DFW 2A state championship. Not very likely.
Who do we need to see in 3A since we're not going to go see Brock? We'll go
Now
see
Brock
Gunter and who
got
else?
we got moved up, but really we could just copy and paste what we do last year because Gunter is going to be by far that region favorite in 3A in Region Two. They lost their quarterback, but they got Brock Bodie coming back, and he's a really talented running back. Cole Harpole, the really tall, talented tight end, is going to be back for Gunter, and Major Thornhill, a really special defensive guy. He's going to be back there. But a team, if you want a non-Gunter team to keep an eye on in their district, it's been probably Gunter's biggest rivalry in their district is Bells. And Bells is a team that loves to run the ball. They love to run the wishbone triple option kind of. They don't want to throw the ball at all. And they've got two of their three running backs coming back in Easton Helgren and Bryson Thompson. So I think with that established running game, they're going to be a team to watch. And now we got Toller in 3A Division Two as a team to watch. We got Peyton Brown coming back in there. But they got to figure out a new identity because they lost their head coach, went over to Eagle Mountain, and they got Blake Mauser, the Austin Vandergrift offensive coordinator, coming in over there. But I don't know if it's going to be the same because I think there was an identity with Coach Mullins over there in the Snake Farm and 2A, and now you got 3A. It's going to be completely blown up, and they are also in Region Two, so they're going to be looking at Gunner potentially second or third round. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing December football out of Toller, but I do think we'll continue to see December football out of Gunner, and again keep an eye on Bells and a team I'm really high on. If you want a dark horse in 3A Division Two, Jacksboro. Jacksboro last year had a really good run and probably arguably gave Gunter their biggest test in the playoffs. And I think they graduated a lot, but I think what that tradition created last year and that mindset is going to give them a little bit of confidence going into the offseason. Luke Sams, really talented running back, is going to be back at Jacksboro. So that's going to be 3A Division Two. Not the deepest division. It's going to be the Gunner show. I think we're going to see Gunner Canadian 9 or whatever it is, probably in the state semifinals yet again. But now we got Toller in there, and if Toller can build a little something, prove me a little bit wrong, you never know what you're going to get out of that snake farm.
What about Division One and 3A? Sir, now that we don't have Brock in there, who do we look for? Are we
Well,
still
we
up?
do have the defending state champions, Ward. We do
I knew you were
have
going to bring up
the defending
Malakoff.
state champions in
Trying to keep this
Malakoff.
local. Trying to keep this local, but go ahead.
I mean, Henderson County is local. It's just right down the road, Ward. We can go visit them. And you know who they've got back?
Who do they got back?
Who? Mike Jones.
Who? Mike Jones. Mike
Mike
Jones.
Jones. They also got Jerry and Hall coming back. They also got Michael Elliott. They also got five other all district returners. And so I think that they're going to be a team that you kind of keep an eye on. Obviously, you're looking at the state champions. And the way realignment went, you kind of saw the Southern District and kind of the Western District merge. And now you've got Grandview, West, and Whitney all in one big district in District 5. And kind of a crazy realignment. The District 4 3A report got completely blown up. You got some of those teams like Paradise and Ponder and Peaster still out there. But we're bringing over Pilot Point and Whitesboro into a DISD district with Madison and although Life Oak Cliff and A Plus Academy aren't necessarily DISD teams or charter school teams. You got Dallas teams and you got Palmer coming up from 3A Division Two with Pilot Point and Whitesboro, and now we're going to take Pottsboro out of that East Texas district that you didn't like. We're going to bring them over here. I know they lost their stud running back, but I think that's going to be a very fun district that we may go down the country roads and visit a few times. But at the end of the day, you got District 8, a lot of really good East Texas teams. Malakoff in District 7 has a really easy district. I think they would have probably preferred to stay with West and Whitney and some of those teams out there, but now they're going to have new rivalries against Mineola and Commerce and Eustis and Emory Reigns right there in DFW, right down 69. And Winsboro, that's our fun East Test, our fun DFW district. I know you're just rolling your eyes over there, Ward, as we're talking about that. But we have really lost Brock in Region 1 as kind of that team you can kind of pencil in to win the region, and that's going to be wide open. So if you're a big fan of Amarillo football, which I know you are, Ward, I think Bushland and Jim Nett are two schools in Region 1 that can really benefit from Brock going up to 4A Division 2, where they now are going to have a little bit of a Region 1 run. And they're going to be, we talked about Coach Mullins moving to Eagle Mountain. They are now district mates in 4A Division 2 Region 1. And that's a very good district with Brock and Graham and Mineral Wells. But really, 4A Division 2, especially in Region 2, Ward, it's going to be a nightmare because whatever team comes out of District 5 and 6, I would probably say Van Alstyne is looking like a favorite in District 5, and you got Sunnyvale as a favorite in District 6. Their coach retired over the offseason. You still got Carthage. You still got Gilmer. You still got Pleasant Grove. That's not going to be a fun region run for them.
No, that's going to be a battle for sure. And as you were saying about Brock, they're used to, they practice all year because they know they're going to get 15, 16 games. It's going to be tough for them to get 15, 16 games. It's not as easy of a district as they may have had in the past. And then if you push up to Division 1, I mean, there's some storylines there. You got Anna moving, the defending champion is gone. They're up in 5A now. I mean, we still got Salina playing good. And, just recently, Lake Worth got a new head coach there with Todd Peterman, who's got some rings on his fingers, one as a head coach and a couple as assistant. So tell us a little bit about Division 2 in the DFW area.
Well, really, Region 1 is no longer a thing for us in DFW. You had Decatur out there who could make these really long runs, Decatur and Springtown. But they move over with Fort Worth ISD. So their district got easier, but their region got way tougher moving over to Region 2. They got Lane Hestenain coming back as a really talented linebacker. You got Waxahachie Life is very excited to be out of that Stephenville and Waco La Vega district, and they completely blew that up. You got Waco La Vega and China Spring going down to 4A Division 2 Region 3 now instead of Region 2, so that their pathways are a lot easier. But then you've got this killer district, and there are a lot of killer districts, and we're going to be talking about them for the next couple of weeks because 5A Division 2 has some of those crazy districts. But you got Aubrey moving up. You got Salina, who we know everything about Salina. You got Panther Creek, who kind of showed us last year. They gave Anna everything that they wanted in that regional semifinals, and probably the only team that had a chance to beat Anna in their state championship run. You got Lake Dallas moving down from 5A Division 2, and they got a lot coming back. You got Paris and Sulphur Springs, two Eastern DFW, East Texas teams that keep an eye on. The Veda community's got to be looking at this realignment going, what did we do to deserve this? Because you've got 6 teams who are legitimately playoff teams in this district, 7 4A, and I'm looking at 8 4A, and we got an all DISD district, but I can't see any of in the next 2 years either of these teams in 8 4A beating any of the teams in 7 4A. So it is going to be a gauntlet to get out of District 7 4A.
All right, Diggs, I appreciate it. We will talk to you next week.
See you next week.